Support for WYES is made possible by Mary Lou Kristovich in memory of her husband, William Kristovich.
I'm Peggy Scott LABORDE, and welcome to Steppin Out, spotlighting the New Orleans area's arts and entertainment scene. Seated at our table tonight, Angela King, gallery owner and director, here to discuss her gallery's 10th anniversary and her 40th year on Royal Street. Lots to talk about. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Poppy Tooker with an exclamation point, host of the radio program Louisiana Eats, airing twice weekly on WWNO Radio. Hello,
Hi,
dear.
Peg.
And he's back, pianist and composer and author, Tom McDermott, who will be performing for us a little later with clarinetist Chloe Fiorenzo. Welcome back, Tom. Good to see you.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
And so nice to see our Steppin Out theater critic, Alan SMASON, who is also the editor of the Crescent City Jewish News. But first up, Poppy and the bubbly.
Oh, well, you're talking about restaurant news. Well, this is some pretty big news. At Arnaud's French 75 bar, Moet and Chandon just installed a champagne vending machine. This is the only one in any restaurant anywhere in the world, and there's two of these in Las Vegas. You can buy a Moet gold coin at the bar for $20, and then you use it in the machine, and the machine carefully dispenses each bottle without shaking them up. It's the only restaurant in the world with this state-of-the-art dispenser. I have to go see it. I'm just dying to have a look. But anyway, I'll see you down at the French 75. Coming up next Thursday, actually it is the 27th, next Thursday, is the No AIDS Task Force and Crescent Care's annual Bow Tie Bash. And this, of course, benefits the wonderful Food for Friends program that they do. And it's going to be at the Bonacci House on Bayou Road. Anais St. John is going to perform. Project Runway contestant Brick Allen is going to be having a style show. Tickets are only $50. It's going to be tons of fun, and it all goes to a great cause.
So it's about 2 weeks, the 27th.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Sounds great.
Exactly. So then, some more Jazz Fest options, because that's what I think everybody needs to be thinking if you need to go out to dinner when all the tourists are in all of our restaurants with reservations made 3 months ago. So great new find this week, Marjie's Grill on South Broad near Tulane. I mean, you could not imagine this fabulous restaurant there. Chef Marcus Jacobs, he's the former executive sous chef at Herb Saint, where he met Caitlin Carney, who was in the front of the house there. Together, they traveled throughout Southeast Asia and Laos, Thailand, Vietnam. They absorbed all these flavors, and they came home to use these unusual techniques on our ingredients. So you've got fabulous barbecued pork like you'd get on the street in Asia. Fried pig's ears sandwich is kind of wicked the other day because he's doing a whole nose to tail thing. Crispy fried des almond catfish. I never had anything like this, with an herb salad on top of mint, fresh dill, and cilantro. Really spicy things. At lunch, it's a meat and three concept with incredible sides like coal roasted sweet potatoes, smoky mushroom salad, charred Brussels sprouts with pecans. They started opening now on Mondays, and they have service industry specials all day. Dinner only on Saturday, but lunch and dinner all the rest of the week.
Oh,
and there's a new patio that just opened in time for outdoor seating, in time for Jazz Fest. And speaking of outdoor seating, Central City BBQ. Oh my gosh. I sat in this place on South Rampart, almost right under the I-10. I could see the Gust housing project, and I said, I am living in the New Orleans. I'd never think I'd be having dinner where I am at this moment. And, you know, Aaron Burgal was one of Gerard Maris's proteges. And so now Gerard Maris's artist son is the one who designed that super cool pig logo. Isn't that fabulous? And the food is incredible. I would say go with 2 or 3 and have for just $49 the sampler with brisket, burnt ends, chicken, sausage, ribs, pulled pork. You have a choice of 4 different sides that include a Creole slaw and a remoulade potato salad and corn spoon bread, and you can add on things like smoked boudin. They have, it's huge, it's almost the whole block. There's a stage, there's music that's going to be going on there all during Jazz Fest, and of course that's where also May 1st through the 3rd, there will be the first ever NOLA Crawfish Fest. I mean, really, you've got to go.
So this is near the interstate? This is near the overpass?
We're all accustomed to the OCH corridor.
Yes.
You got to go back a block or so to get to
so
Rampart
it's really
there.
A little bit further off Rampart.
Exactly.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
It does.
You got to go, Peggy. It's fabulous.
Okay, thank you so much. And Angela, I remember you way back when with Hanson Gallery, and of course, years later, you started your own. Tell us about Royal Street these days. I know there have been a lot of changes in antique stores, maybe not as many of those, but there's still lots going on there between you and Ms. Rao. Give us an update.
Royal Street is cooking. It still is cooking. As a matter of fact, a business associate on the street once said years ago that Royal Street was recession-proof. And, you know, it pretty much holds its own for years and years and years. After the big flood, of course, that did change everything.
Yes.
But we're back, and a lot of stores did close. There were a few years that it was down, but there isn't an empty store now.
And I know
Royal
you've been
Street.
doing a lot of celebrating. You had a special 10th anniversary show. And
yes, my 10th anniversary. It is. It's still going on through the 26th of April. I have 25 artists that I show, and of them, 15 of them came for this fabulous celebration on the weekend of March 25th that started with a beautiful dinner with the 50 seating for 50 in the gallery. It was gorgeous. And then a big opening the next night. It was pretty magnificent. And
you have such a great space, too.
It is. It's a beautiful space.
And in addition to your artist, you have been longtime friends with the Peter Max.
I have. I started showing Peter's work in 1988. And he has been to this city every year since then, except for 1 year. And that was right after Katrina. He didn't come to that show. But other than that, he's been here every year, and people love him here.
Yeah, and you have some really loyal artists that will be shown while we talk. But it seems like there are a lot of people who have been with you a long time. I know, like Patterson and Barnes.
That's right.
And, you know, there's some real Stephen Forrester and stuff, you know.
Many of my artists. As a matter of fact, when I bought my business partner out right after Katrina, all of the artists came with me, and many of them had been with me for years before that, but Joanna Zawinska and I have been together for now almost 30 years. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Richard Courier has been with me for going on 20 years. It's been a really good marriage. They're good friends. We've become lifelong friends, my artists and me, and the people that work with me also.
Now what's the ratio? Can you tell in terms of, is most of your sales from folks from out of town? Do you have a local following too? Is there any way to gauge any of that? Or?
Well, yes. I know that by shipping what I ship.
That's true. That's a good one.
And so, of course, we do have, being on Royal Street, we do have a
many visitors.
Yeah, many visitors.
Yeah.
But I still have a strong, supportive local base here. Even though New Orleanians don't always like to come to the French Quarter, but they'll come for good things.
Well,
so
that's good. Well, congratulations. You're
Thank
a
you.
good thing.
Thank you.
Very exciting. And I'm so proud of you because I've known you for a long time, and to see that growth and selling anything and art is hard. So bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you very much.
And New Orleans Magazine's quiz queen is back with us, of course, and she has a question for us. Last time, Harry Tourbillon Jr. named 2 of the 3 passages in the French Quarter that are referred to as alleys. You could have said, actually there's more, you could have said Dutch Alley, Exchange Alley, Pirate Alley, or Père Antoine Alley, too.
That's great.
Now, it's really 4, actually.
Harry from Harry the Grill.
Harry
That's his son.
Tourbillon, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, from Camellia Grill. That's right. His dad was a stalwart there. Now, tonight's question. A certain nut is used in 2 locally made Easter candies. Name the candies. Email your answers to steppinout@wys.org. And our prize is a year subscription to Louisiana Life magazine. Plus, we have a pair of free admission passes to either the Audubon Zoo, Aquarium, Aquarium of the Americas or the Butterfly Garden and Insectarium. You can visit WYES.org for our online calendar to see our lineup of events. You can also link to our WYES YouTube channel to view our program. And now to Tom. So Tom, before we talk music, because we're talking mainly music, but you've got a little book, and I want you to come back on soon and read from it. But tell us about this.
Yes, New Jersey Press has published a book of 176 of my limericks with 34 of my drawings. I posted all on Facebook, and he saw them and said, hey, I'd like to put it out.
Oh, right.
5 lines, no waiting.
And available on, available on Amazon and local bookstores and all that good stuff?
I'm going to do a reading at Octavia next Tuesday, and at Blue Cypress on Monday, and at Jazz Fest, and on and on. Louisiana Music Factory.
Okay, very good. And you've got a brand new CD with a collaborator on this one?
Yes. This is a woman, Chloe Fioranzo. She's playing clarinet here, but she in fact plays great saxophone, as you'll hear shortly, and is a singer. Yeah. So yeah, very talented. It would take a half hour to tell about her, but anyway, you'll see.
That's right, we have to have her on. But you're playing Buffas with Chloe next week.
That's right. I split that gig with Aurora Nealand, and Chloe being the alternate.
Plus you're going to the Arts District with Ogden After Hours.
That's
too,
right.
Huh?
That's on the 27th, and then we're playing Jazz Fest as well.
Okay, good,
so
yeah.
On the Thursday of Jazz Fest.
I'm excited about a real WWOZ Jazz Fest tradition too, is that's piano night. You're one of many pianists.
Yes. We're having kind of a revamped piano night. It's going to be on Monday, as it's always been, but it's going to go back to just the piano and not have these bands, rhythm sections.
And they often
that are
broadcast it too. That's kind of fun to hear the live broadcasting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they're doing that.
So.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I know David Torganowski, you're in really good company. And the list is long.
Ellis Marsalis.
Oh my, yes,
Joe.
you're in very good company.
I'm embarrassed. I can't think of who else, but it's very good.
So tell us about the title of your CD.
Zeppelin's Made to Order.
Can we do that these days?
Well, my idea is that I write in archaic forms. And so it's really like, kind of like writing Zeppelins, because nobody's writing waltzes and choros and rags and the things I like to write. And New Orleans is one of the cities where you can get by with that. I talk about Brazil and Cuba really respecting this older music and the whole heritage of their music, whereas in America we tend to glom on to the latest thing and the past is past. But in New Orleans, that's, the tradition, the past is still being played here, which is why so many people like myself are here.
And we're glad. And on this CD, you have some original compositions, plus you have some standards, and I know we'll hear one tonight. But yes, indeed, you are a fan of Scott Joplin, Gottschalk. You've really probed in many directions. Jelly Roll.
Henry Butler, Sure.
Yeah, and I would assume music brought you here. You've been here, what, over 30 years now?
33 this week.
Wow, wow, very good, very good. And I know you'll be busy, as we said, throughout Jazz Fest too. And I am so excited because tonight, actually, Tom and Chloe will be performing a wonderful song from the CD, Mona Lisa. Love Mona Lisa, the brand new CD, and it's Zeppelin Made to Order. By the way, Tom's website is mcdermottmusic.com. And now here's Tom and Chloe Fioranzo.
they blame you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been laid at your doorstep, and they lie there, or they die there. Are you warm? Are you ill, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely wig of art? They blame you for that Mona Lisa strangeness in your smile. Do you smile to tempt a lover, Mona Lisa? Or is this your way to hide a broken heart? Many dreams have been laid at your doorstep, and they lie there, or they die there. Are you warm? Are you ill, Mona Lisa? Or just a cold and lonely, lovely, just a cold and lonely, lovely, just a cold and lonely, lovely wig of art.
Woohoo! All right, and once again, you can see Tom and Chloe at Ogden After Hours. That's next Thursday evening at the Ogden Museum of Southern Art on Camp Street in the Arts District. And now it's time for our Artist Spotlight. Tonight we are also featuring art by seniors at Loyola University in their School of Design. And here is a tribute to the explorer, and that is by Wren Overesch. And we have the Typographic Anatomy of Sin, Halisi, by Ruvini, Wijesekera. And, wow, this is a nod to the rave scene of the 1990s by Emilia Alio. All of these are included in Orbit, Loyola Senior Design Show, which opens next Thursday with a reception from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Dyball Art Gallery. That's on the 4th floor of Monroe Library on Loyola University's campus. Now, to Ellen.
Well, I'm glad you brought up art, because the artwork that graces the front cover of the Best of the Crescent City Jewish News includes a piece by Anna Gill, the artist who does the Letters of Light. So if you get a chance to pick that up, 92 pages at newsstands all around town for free, and hope you'll pick that up as well.
And your publication.
It is indeed.
Okay.
It is all of mine, and again, a lot of other people help us with that. So the hottest ticket on Broadway, what would they be right now? The coveted ticket that everyone wants, it's Bette Midler as Dolly Levi in Hello, Dolly, just opened on Broadway, a role for which she is absolutely assured of being nominated for Best Actress Tony Award. But for those of you who aren't as lucky, those of you who would like to have a ticket in hand but can't get one because of the high price, may I suggest you load up your station wagon and you head for downtown Kenner, because that's where the Rivertown Theaters of the Performing Arts will be presenting none other than Ricky Graham, Varley Jean Merman, and Sean Patterson in their production of, wait for it, court. Hello, Dawlin. While Hello, Dolly is aimed at adults and children, I would suspect that Hello, Dawlin may be more adult fare. Nevertheless, any opportunity to bring the Big Apple's Broadway to the Big Easy's Rivertown can't be anything more than hilarious. Listen to this. Phantom of the Okra. My Fair New Orleans Lady, West Bank Story, Les Miserables Gras, and many, many more. It's all created by, of course, Jeffrey Roberson, and of course Jefferson Turner is on piano along with Sean Patterson and Ricky Graham. It's a grand Ricky Graham Clown Prince of Comedy production, and I know that with Varla Jean and with Sean Patterson there, it's going to be over the top funny. So that's going to be at the Rivertown Theater's Performing Arts. Only 6 performances. Ooh. Get your tickets now because when they're gone, they're gone. Now, back around 7 years ago, another comedy duo, Gary Rucker and Sean Patterson, presented Gutenberg the Musical. Yes, this is in which 2 performers play the life of Gutenberg, who invented, of course, the printing press, and also other people in his life and more modern people as they recount how they're going to put a musical on. So it's a cast of characters. They have a tabletop and all these different caps that they put on, and they become those characters. Again, this is going to play on Friday and Saturday nights at 10:30. So it starts this weekend. You can catch it again for the next several weekends at none other than the theater at St. Claude. This is where Michael McKelvey also is holding court with his Hand to God that we reviewed last week that has really gotten great marks. And again, if you get a chance to see Hand to God, you might want to stick around at 10:30 for that as well. Gutenberg the Musical playing through April the 29th. Now, years ago, Catherine McLean, who is a local performer, she took on the fabled role of opera star Adelina Patti. For those of you who don't know, Adelina Patti made several performances here in New Orleans. She was essentially a coloratura, a soprano, who thrilled audiences. Catherine did this as part of her work with the Louisiana Alive group that was founded by Gloria Powers, and of course Veronica Russell continued it. Both of them, of course, of great memory. We consider them all the time. But Catherine took on that role as Adelina Patti, and now she's going to be performing An Evening with La Diva, in which she's going to be doing this twice, once on the 21st and another time on Saturday the 22nd. That's going to be at the Marigny Opera House. A wonderful spot to have the old style opera singing that's going to be in that old beautiful church, of course. So we're looking forward to that. Maryland is where she lives now, but she comes to New Orleans on a regular basis, and she's going to be here for the next couple of weeks to do this. She also is doing, as I understand it, an Easter performance that is going to involve a number of people too. So hopefully, if you get an idea about checking some of the things that she's going to be doing, that's going to be out at the Marigny Opera House as well. That's An Evening with La Diva. That's at the Marigny Opera House at 725 Ferdinand Street. Meanwhile, also in the Marigny area, Cripple Creek Theater, which loves that area, is trying to find a way to combine fundraising, as they always do, with a special event. This year, it's Symposium of Secrets, Music, Mirth and Mystery, and it's going to be held Saturday night, the 22nd, at the Alumbrados Oaks in the Faubourg Marigny. Tickets start at $35. It's just a great way to sort of celebrate the great work that they do. Cripple Creek Theater has won several Big Easy Awards, and of course been given a lot of accolades through the years. Very dedicated performers there. We'll talk more about them after I get a chance to see what they're doing for this coming season. Now, twice next week, one other thing I wanted to mention, a little bit off of the theater realm. It's a little bit more into the classical music realm. The Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra will be bringing out Felix Mendelssohn's Third Symphony. This is known as the Scottish, and it's going to be on Thursday at the Orpheum Theater, and then the next night, Friday, on the North Shore at the First Baptist Church there. So hopefully, if you're of a mind to listen to a little bit of that long hair music, as they say, you'll want to check that out as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And now it is time for our picks. Angela.
I would suggest for you to go to Tony Savoy's show on April 27th in the Angela King Gallery. He does work with fiberglass, and it's unbelievable. You've never seen anything like this work. It's really worth the trip.
Thank you. Oh, there we go. Wow. That's fiberglass?
That's fiberglass.
Jeez. Poppy.
Easter brunch at Tube South at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m., 4 courses, $48. It's going to be great with Isaac Tube's delicious
And that's right
food.
next to Southern Food and Beverage.
It's in the same
within
building.
the building.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Tom.
I wanted to bring up 2 CDs that have just been released and aren't going to get proper Jazz Fest media attention. One is by John Cleary, the fantastic pianist. He's finally put out a solo piano CD, and it's called Live at Chickawawa. It's excellent. And the other is by Aurora Nealon, who does a lot of different things around town. She has a solo project called The Monocle, and she just put out an album called Kind Human Kind, where she plays, I don't know, 15 instruments on it, and it's fantastic.
All right, great. Alan.
Well, I want to wish everybody a happy Passover, happy Easter, of course, and also the regional premiere of Horton Foote's Dividing the Estate, directed by Maxwell Williams, is going to be closing this weekend, and I would check that out if you have some time to see that production. It's very good.
Okay, great. Thank you. And my picks, Mary Louise Kristovich and Rulak Toledano will, of course, sign their gorgeous new book, Garden Legacy, at Garden District Bookshop. That's next Tuesday evening, April 18th. That's at the Rink on Britannia, and it really gives you this great history of gardening in New Orleans from way back when, and it's just so lavishly illustrated. And next Wednesday evening, Evenings with Enrique will feature harpist Patrice Fisher at the Enrique Alferez Sculpture Garden in New Orleans' Botanical Garden in City Park, and lots of great music, as we said, and food and drink too. Looking ahead, don't miss Tails But No Black Tie, the equestrian fundraiser to benefit Friends of City Park, and at the Equest Farms. That's next Saturday evening, April 22nd, at the Equest Farms right there on Fillmore Avenue. Tickets are available on their website. And you know, there's of course lots of Easter parades. Check out your local newspapers for all that. Thank you all so much for being with us, and happy Easter. Good night.